Urban air mobility is rapidly leaving the realm of science fiction and entering the real world, with innovative foldable electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft designed to fit beside your car inside an ordinary home garage. These compact electric aircraft combine folding wings, retractable rotors, tilting propellers, and intelligent modular structures that become dramatically smaller once they land, bringing personal flight closer to everyday use. Massive hangars and conventional airports are no longer the only options. Many of these machines emphasize quiet electric propulsion, intuitive controls, and automated assistance, potentially making flight much easier for newcomers. From futuristic multicopters to sleek personal aircraft, here are 10 remarkable garage-friendly electric vertical takeoff and landing machines that could transform the way we travel. Leading the list is the XPENG AEROHT land aircraft carrier, a remarkably clever modular flying car system that may be one of the most practical and ambitious concepts in personal air mobility today. Its biggest advantage comes from separating the driving and flying functions into two purpose-built machines that work together perfectly. A rugged six-wheeled ground vehicle takes care of longer road journeys, while a compact, foldable two-seat electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft is stored securely inside its rear section until flight is needed. This arrangement provides the advantages of both vehicles without forcing one platform to compromise. The ground carrier is designed as a capable off-road van with six-wheel drive, rear-wheel steering, and a powerful range extender system capable of traveling more than 1,000 kilometers on the road. It also doubles as a mobile energy station, with enough capacity to recharge the flying module as many as 6 times from one full tank. Above it, the aircraft uses 6 electric rotors mounted on folding arms that can automatically unfold at the press of a button, changing from a compact stored pod into a flight-ready aircraft within minutes. Once airborne, it provides quiet and efficient short-range transportation through simplified single-stick controls and semi-autonomous assistance, making the experience feel considerably less intimidating for people without extensive pilot training. The real genius behind the land aircraft carrier, and one reason its projected price of roughly $280,000 is surprisingly competitive, is the modular architecture that avoids the enormous compromises involved in forcing one vehicle to function equally well on roads and in the air. Rather than creating an oversized aircraft with limited range or an ordinary vehicle that only pretends to fly, XPENG AEROHT divides the responsibilities intelligently. The ground platform handles daily transportation, highway travel, and protection from changing weather, while the lightweight carbon fiber flying module concentrates entirely on short, low-altitude trips above congested roads. Additional highlights include automated docking for easier recovery after a flight, a spacious 4-seat cabin in the ground vehicle, standard parking compatibility, and multiple layers of safety redundancy, supported by simple automated assistance. For urban and suburban users, the biggest advantage is the possibility of genuine door-to-door transportation without relying on airports or expensive hangars. The ground vehicle can also replenish the aircraft several times during extended road journeys, giving it an advantage over purely battery-powered aircraft whose short endurance can quickly become a limitation. There are still obstacles, including its greater road-going dimensions compared with a conventional car, while complete certification and large-scale deliveries are still expected later in 2026. Even so, thousands of pre-orders indicate strong interest from buyers who are frustrated with traffic and eager for a different way to travel. With its range extender technology, carbon fiber flying module, panoramic cockpit visibility, automated docking, and one-button takeoff concept, the land aircraft carrier goes far beyond being a futuristic demonstration. It represents a serious attempt to combine practical road transportation with personal flight while avoiding many of the complexity, infrastructure, and cost challenges that have traditionally kept private air mobility out of reach. The next aircraft that deserves attention is the Doroni H1-X from Doroni Aerospace, a machine designed to make personal flight feel much more realistic without forcing owners to accept major compromises. This compact 2-seat electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft was engineered specifically for storage inside a standard 2-car garage, just like a conventional automobile, and it does not depend on complicated folding wings or extensive disassembly. That simple approach immediately removes one of the biggest practical obstacles facing private aircraft ownership. Despite its compact footprint, the H1-X provides comfortable side-by-side seating for 2 occupants and useful room for cargo, while its unusual X-shaped tandem wing layout places advanced duct fans directly within the airframe. This configuration protects passengers and people nearby from exposed propellers, helps lower operating noise, and improves aerodynamic performance, resulting in a smoother and quieter flying experience that is more suitable for residential environments. Multiple electric motors distributed throughout the duct fan system provide substantial redundancy and stability, allowing the aircraft to remain controllable if an individual motor develops a problem. That additional layer of redundancy gives the H1-X an important safety advantage and can provide pilots with greater confidence during regular operation. Built primarily for short and medium-distance personal transportation, the aircraft combines practical range with cruising performance capable of bypassing congested roads, while its higher maximum speed makes regional journeys considerably more convenient. In the cockpit, a straightforward single joystick works together with the sole artificial intelligence digital co-pilot, which assists with navigation, collision avoidance, and real-time decision support. By taking care of many complex flight management tasks, the system is intended to make the aircraft approachable even for users with limited conventional aviation experience. The H1-X ultimately distinguishes itself through a careful combination of simplicity, performance, and advanced technology. Its electric duct fan propulsion, lightweight carbon fiber construction, and intelligent energy management are designed to keep operating expenses below those associated with traditional helicopters and more complicated electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. For potential owners, the advantages include convenient garage storage, relatively quiet operation, home-friendly charging, and the freedom to make short trips without dealing with highway congestion. However, regulatory approval remains an important consideration, and longer journeys still require careful battery management. With an expected price of approximately $400,000 once production reaches scale and deliveries projected around 2028, the H1-X could become a serious option for enthusiasts seeking a genuine personal flying car. Its combination of futuristic technology, practical home storage, multiple safety systems, and relatively intuitive operation explains why it continues to attract attention from pilots and technology enthusiasts following the development of personal air mobility. The Rictor X4, introduced at the Consumer Electronics Show in 2026, takes a very different route toward personal aviation by focusing on extreme portability, simplicity, and affordability. Developed by Rictor as an ultralight single-passenger electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, the X4 is designed more like a personal flying pod than a conventional aircraft, bringing private flight within reach of enthusiasts who could never justify the cost of larger electric aircraft. Its most striking advantage is the targeted launch price of just $39,900, supported by a $5,000 deposit, placing it dramatically below the price of most serious personal electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft while still offering genuine flight capability. Rather than relying on a complicated airframe, the X4 uses 4 carbon fiber arms carrying 8 propellers arranged in pairs. The large propellers fold inward after landing, allowing the aircraft to become remarkably compact without requiring extensive disassembly. Once folded, it can fit into the bed of a conventional pickup truck or occupy a small area inside a home garage, making transportation and storage exceptionally convenient. Its lightweight structure and folding propulsion system mean owners can keep the aircraft at home, recharge it between flights, transport it by road, and launch vertically from appropriately suitable locations without the infrastructure normally associated with aviation. Electric propulsion gives the X4 a cruising speed of approximately 50 miles per hour and around 20 minutes of flight endurance, making it best suited to short recreational flights, scenic trips, neighborhood travel, and brief journeys over congested roads. Advanced battery management and redundant systems are intended to improve reliability and provide additional reassurance during operation. Another major attraction is its qualification under Federal Aviation Administration Part 103 ultralight regulations in the United States. meaning a conventional pilot license and airworthiness certification are not required under that framework. This substantially reduces the training and administrative burden for recreational users who want to experience personal flight. Intelligent flight control software provides automatic stabilization and assists the pilot throughout the flight, giving the X4 an approachable control system that can be easier for beginners to understand. An emergency parachute system adds another safety feature, particularly valuable for new pilots. Naturally, the low price and compact design involve compromises. Its approximately 20-minute endurance and payload capacity of around 100 kilograms, including the pilot, restrict it to short-range missions rather than serious cross-country travel. Yet that limitation is also part of the aircraft and Oppo's appeal because the X4 focuses on making personal aviation inexpensive, portable, and uncomplicated instead of trying to compete with larger aircraft on range. For enthusiasts seeking an affordable introduction to electric flight without hangar expenses, excessive maintenance demands, or expensive licensing requirements, the Rictor X4 presents an unusually accessible alternative. For anyone imagining a flying hypercar that looks as though it escaped from a science fiction film while still fitting inside a residential garage, the LEO Coupe from LEO Flight Corporation is one of the boldest personal electric vertical takeoff and landing concepts currently being developed. This futuristic three-person aircraft combines the visual appeal of a high-end sports car with ambitious aviation performance while directly addressing one of private flight and Oppo's most frustrating practical questions: where to keep the aircraft when it is not flying. Instead of using conventional exposed propellers, the LEO Coupe is designed around hundreds of miniature electric jet thrusters integrated throughout the airframe. This distributed propulsion concept is intended to provide considerable redundancy, allowing the aircraft to remain capable of flight even if multiple propulsion units fail. It also removes large exposed rotors from the exterior, potentially improving safety around people on the ground while helping reduce noise in populated areas. Its distinctive folded boxwing architecture allows the vehicle to compress to approximately 20 feet in length and 10 feet in width, making it suitable for a standard two-car garage and potentially usable from rooftops or compact residential launch areas. A carbon fiber composite structure keeps the vehicle lightweight while maintaining strength, and the cabin features gull-wing doors, expansive wraparound windows, and even an optional transparent floor that creates an experience closer to entering a luxury automobile than a conventional aircraft. Inside, automotive-inspired controls are combined with fly-by-wire technology, artificial intelligence assistance, and a joystick interface designed to simplify the learning process. The cabin accommodates 3 people, including the pilot, while semi-autonomous systems are intended to reduce the workload during flight. Performance projections are equally ambitious, with a targeted maximum speed of approximately 250 miles per hour and an estimated range between 250 and 300 miles on a full battery charge. That combination could make the LEO Coupe useful not only for short urban travel, but also for longer cross-city journeys and weekend escapes. Home charging is also intended to integrate naturally with the habits of electric vehicle owners. Safety is another major focus, with redundant miniature jet propulsion and no large exposed blades creating a different approach to protecting both occupants and people nearby. The aircraft is also being designed around relatively quiet operation and integration into urban environments. Its premium positioning comes with an expected price of roughly $460,000, reflecting the advanced materials, highly unconventional electric propulsion system, and significant development costs involved. Production and full certification are still being pursued, with a target around 2027, so the LEO Coupe remains a future-oriented option rather than an aircraft already available to ordinary buyers. Nevertheless, its combination of compact storage, futuristic propulsion, luxury car styling, and ambitious performance could make it one of the most transformative concepts in the emerging personal air mobility market. For those who want serious speed and long-distance capability without giving up the convenience of home storage, the AltoVolo Sigma from the United Kingdom-based AltoVolo is one of the most compelling hybrid electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft currently under development. Designed as a 3-seat personal aircraft, The Sigma combines high-performance flight with dimensions carefully kept compact enough for a standard residential garage. Its approximately 15.7-foot width is comparable to a double garage entrance, allowing the aircraft to potentially operate from a driveway, backyard, or even a yacht deck without requiring conventional aviation infrastructure. The Sigma becomes particularly impressive through its combination of tilting electric jet propulsion and hybrid power technology. Its powertrain is rated at an extraordinary 1,608 horsepower, supporting a cruising speed of approximately 220 miles per hour and a projected hybrid range exceeding 500 miles. That capability opens the door to genuine intercity travel instead of limiting the aircraft to brief local flights. During vertical takeoff and landing, battery power provides quiet electric propulsion, while the system can rely on fuel during cruise to extend endurance considerably beyond what a fully electric aircraft could currently achieve. This approach gives the Sigma a practical advantage for longer journeys where frequent charging would otherwise become a major concern. Noise reduction has also received significant attention, with the aircraft designed to operate approximately 80% more quietly than conventional helicopters. That could make it substantially more suitable for residential environments and private ownership. The cabin is arranged for 3 occupants along with luggage and incorporates advanced autonomous assistance for navigation, stabilization, and route planning. These systems are intended to reduce pilot workload and make the aircraft more approachable while preserving the excitement of high-performance flight. Safety is reinforced through triple redundancy across critical systems, helping maintain control if a propulsion component experiences a failure, while a ballistic parachute provides an additional emergency safeguard. The lightweight but robust construction further supports the Sigma and AltoVolo's efficiency and gives it a sleek, high-performance character rather than the appearance of a conventional bulky aircraft. Its major strengths include exceptional speed, more than 500 miles of projected hybrid range, dramatically reduced noise, and the unusual ability to be stored at home. These characteristics could make it suitable for coastal journeys, weekend travel, and fast personal commuting. However, the hybrid architecture means fuel remains necessary when maximum range is required, and certification and production are still progressing. Full-scale development continues after successful scale prototype testing, and the aircraft is not yet being delivered to customers, although deposits are currently being accepted. For enthusiasts searching for a relatively accessible way to experience personal flight, the Jetson ONE from Jetson AEROHT offers one of the most intriguing possibilities available today. This lightweight single-seat electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft is designed around simplicity, portability, and an exhilarating flying experience, while remaining small enough to keep inside a residential garage or backyard shed. Its open aluminum and carbon fiber spaceframe structure provides a combination of strength and low weight without surrounding the aircraft with unnecessary complexity. One of its biggest advantages is the decision to operate within Federal Aviation Administration Part 103 ultralight regulations in the United States, meaning a conventional pilot license is not required under that framework. This removes a major obstacle for recreational users who want to experience short flights and aerial exploration without spending years completing traditional flight training. The Jetson ONE relies on 8 electric motors arranged in an octocopter configuration, creating substantial propulsion redundancy and allowing the aircraft to remain capable of controlled flight even if one motor experiences a failure. An electronic flight control system continuously stabilizes the aircraft, while a straightforward 4-axis joystick makes the controls much easier to understand than those of a conventional helicopter or airplane. Its minimalist layout also keeps the storage footprint remarkably small, with overall dimensions roughly comparable to a king-size bed, allowing owners to move it into a garage, workshop, or suitably large shed with relative ease. For additional protection, the aircraft features a race car-inspired safety cell, a ballistic parachute, and automatic landing assistance designed to give pilots greater confidence during low-altitude operation. With an endurance of approximately 20 minutes and a top speed near 63 miles per hour, the Jetson ONE is clearly intended for recreational local flying rather than long-distance cross-country travel. That limited mission is also part of its appeal because the aircraft delivers an engaging flying experience without the infrastructure, complexity, or operating expense associated with larger electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. Its current price is around $148,000, while production availability has already been heavily booked through 2027, with deliveries extending into 2028. This demand demonstrates that there is a market for personal aircraft that combine modern electric propulsion with relatively straightforward ownership. Jetson Aero is also continuing development through features such as interchangeable battery solutions and ongoing real-world testing. Ultimately, the Jetson ONE stands out because it combines compact storage, electric propulsion, automated stabilization, multiple safety features, and simple controls into a machine that feels more like a futuristic recreational vehicle than a traditional aircraft, giving enthusiasts a new way to explore the skies without requiring a massive personal infrastructure. The Air One is another personal electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft attempting to turn private flight into something that ordinary enthusiasts can realistically imagine owning. Developed by Air, this sleek two-seat aircraft combines vertical takeoff capability with a conventional fixed-wing configuration and folding wings, creating an unusual balance between aviation performance and everyday practicality. One of its smartest features is the ability for a single person to fold the wings within minutes, reducing the aircraft to approximately the size of a standard pickup truck. That compact configuration makes garage or driveway storage far more realistic and eliminates the need for a dedicated hangar. By addressing storage directly, the Air One tackles one of the most inconvenient aspects of personal aircraft ownership, while its lightweight composite structure helps reduce energy consumption and maintain a relatively quiet operating profile. 8 independent electric motors provide propulsion redundancy, allowing the aircraft to remain stable and controllable if a motor encounters an unexpected problem. The propulsion arrangement also supports smooth vertical lifting before transitioning into efficient forward flight. Performance figures are particularly impressive for a compact personal aircraft, with a projected cruising speed of around 155 miles per hour and approximately 110 miles of range on a full charge. That gives the Air One enough capability for regional travel, weekend excursions, and short trips between nearby cities without requiring constant charging stops. The cockpit is designed to reduce pilot workload through a simplified flight-by-intent system and central joystick. Instead of requiring the pilot to manage every individual flight adjustment, onboard computers assist with stabilization, wind compensation, and other complex tasks, making the aircraft more approachable for people with limited flying experience. Charging at home is another major advantage, with compatibility with a standard electric vehicle charging adapter and the ability to reach approximately 80% battery capacity in about 30 minutes, while a complete recharge takes roughly 1 hour. With an expected starting price near $150,000, the Air One combines two-person capacity, meaningful range, folding storage, electric propulsion, and modern assistance at a price considerably below many larger personal aircraft concepts. That combination has attracted strong buyer interest because it presents personal flight not simply as a futuristic experiment, but as a potentially practical transportation option for people willing to embrace a new form of mobility. The Skyfly Axe is one of the most thoughtfully designed personal electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft for enthusiasts who want the freedom of flying without dealing with the complications normally associated with aircraft ownership. Created by United Kingdom-based Skyfly Technologies, this compact two-seat aircraft places a strong emphasis on simplicity, dependable operation, and convenient home storage, making personal aviation feel much more attainable. Its fixed wingspan measures approximately 16.4 feet, giving it a compact enough footprint to fit inside a spacious residential garage, on a driveway, or within a private parking area. That eliminates the need for costly hangar space and can significantly reduce the ownership burden compared with conventional aircraft. A particularly clever aspect of the Axe is its simple twin-wing arrangement combined with 4 fixed-angle propellers powered by 8 redundant electric motors. This allows the aircraft to rise vertically like a multi-copter before transitioning into efficient forward flight using its wings in a manner similar to a conventional airplane. The result is a useful combination of vertical access flexibility and fixed-wing efficiency, while the relatively straightforward mechanical design can help improve reliability and simplify maintenance. The Axe uses an all-electric propulsion system with interchangeable battery options and can cruise at approximately 100 miles per hour while offering around 100 miles of battery-only range. That makes it well-suited to local commuting, weekend trips, or short journeys where avoiding ground traffic could save considerable time. For longer travel, an optional hybrid range extender generator can potentially increase the range toward 200 or even 300 miles, providing greater flexibility while retaining electric propulsion for quieter operation. Safety is another important part of the design. Mechanical flight controls are intended to remain functional even in a complete power loss scenario, while the aircraft and AltoVolo's strong glide performance, comparable to that of a traditional Cessna, allows it to descend and land using aerodynamic lift if necessary. Additional propulsion redundancy and the availability of a ballistic parachute provide further layers of protection. Together, these characteristics give the Axe a practical personality that separates it from many futuristic aircraft concepts focused primarily on appearance or headline performance. The Zeva Zero takes a dramatically different approach to personal aviation, combining an unconventional science fiction appearance with an extremely compact design intended to solve one of the biggest problems facing private aircraft owners: storage. Originally developed by Zeva Zero and now associated with Alpine Vertical, this single-seat electric tailsitter uses a striking circular, flying saucer-inspired configuration. Its disc-shaped carbon fiber airframe also functions as a lifting surface, helping improve aerodynamic efficiency while keeping the aircraft exceptionally compact. Measuring only about 8.5 feet across, the Zero is small enough to occupy a single parking space or fit into a limited area of a home garage without requiring elaborate folding systems. During takeoff, the pilot remains upright inside the canopy as the aircraft rises vertically. Once airborne, the Zero transitions into horizontal flight, placing the pilot in a forward-facing prone position reminiscent of the classic Superman flying posture. The aircraft is projected to reach speeds of up to 160 miles per hour and cover approximately 50 miles per charge, making it primarily suited to short urban journeys, recreational flights, and quick trips across town. Its lightweight composite structure incorporates 8 electric motors with redundant propellers, providing distributed propulsion and helping maintain stability if individual systems encounter difficulties. The blended wing-body configuration also improves aerodynamic performance while reducing noise compared with conventional helicopters, which could make the aircraft more suitable for populated areas. Perhaps its most futuristic feature is the proposed skydock concept, which would allow the Zero to attach vertically to the exterior of a building, effectively creating a wall-mounted parking position. Such a system could eliminate the need for valuable ground-level storage and offer an entirely new approach to personal aircraft parking in dense urban environments. The Zero and AltoVolo's greatest strength is therefore not extreme range, but exceptional compactness and ease of storage. Its distributed electric propulsion, simple tailsitter architecture, and tiny footprint could allow it to operate from rooftops, small private areas, and other locations that would be unsuitable for larger electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. The company has targeted a production price in the range of approximately $140,000 to $250,000, a relatively approachable figure for such an unconventional aircraft. Its use of stamped composite components is also intended to simplify manufacturing and reduce the number of complex moving parts, potentially making future maintenance more manageable. Finally, we arrive at the Pivotal Helix from Pivotal, the company known for its earlier Blackfly aircraft. The Helix takes a particularly straightforward approach to personal flight, focusing on accessibility, portability, and uncomplicated operation rather than overwhelming users with excessive mechanical complexity. Classified under Federal Aviation Administration Part 103 ultralight regulations, the aircraft can be operated in the United States without a conventional pilot license under that regulatory framework, removing a significant barrier for recreational flyers interested in short personal flights. Its starting price of approximately $190,000 also places it within a more approachable range compared with many sophisticated electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. One of the Helix and AltoVolo's defining characteristics is its unusual tilt aircraft architecture. rather than relying on complicated tilting rotors or separate moving wing mechanisms. The entire aircraft changes orientation during the transition between vertical takeoff and forward flight. Fixed rotors and tandem wings keep the mechanical arrangement relatively simple, which can reduce the number of moving components, improve maintainability, and potentially increase long-term reliability. Constructed primarily from lightweight carbon fiber, the Helix uses 8 electric motors to provide redundant propulsion and lift. Even when individual components encounter problems, the distributed system is designed to maintain stable and controllable flight. When assembled, the aircraft occupies approximately 14 by 14 feet, making it suitable for many garages and workshops. Its portability becomes even more useful when the aircraft is broken down into a compact configuration that can be transported inside a standard trailer. Owners can therefore keep the aircraft at home, tow it to an appropriate launch location, and avoid the expense of permanent hangar space or airport storage. Safety technology includes a ballistic parachute capable of bringing the aircraft down in an emergency, triple redundant flight computers, intuitive joystick controls, and flight envelope protection designed to assist pilots throughout takeoff, cruising, and landing. Performance is intentionally modest but practical, with a cruising speed of approximately 62 miles per hour and around 20 minutes of flight time. That makes the Helix best suited to recreational flying, short local journeys, and leisurely exploration rather than long-distance transportation. Its combination of simple mechanics, compact storage, electric propulsion, and accessible operation makes it one of the more interesting personal aircraft options for people who want to experience flight without committing to the infrastructure required by a conventional airplane or helicopter. Taken together, these remarkable aircraft demonstrate how quickly personal aviation is evolving toward machines that could potentially be stored at home instead of inside expensive hangars. Electric propulsion is becoming more capable, aircraft are becoming increasingly compact, and automated systems are helping simplify the flying experience. Whether the goal is avoiding traffic during a daily commute or enjoying a weekend adventure above the countryside, these garage-friendly electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft offer a fascinating glimpse into the future of personal transportation. But which of these futuristic machines would you choose to keep in your own driveway, ready whenever you wanted to take off? Share your pick in the comments. And if you enjoyed this look at the next generation of aviation, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more coverage of emerging aircraft and future technology. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.